The journey toward success begins with a single decision, the decision to act. Every day we face a choice to remain comfortable in the known or to push ourselves into the unknown, to take action. The key to achieving anything meaningful in life lies in the daily practice of taking action, no matter how small. Success doesn't happen by chance. It's the result of what you do day after day without fail. It's the discipline of forcing yourself to take action, even when the motivation is low, even when the circumstances aren't perfect. Life doesn't wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now, and you can either seize it or let it slip by. Taking action isn't about waiting for the right opportunity. It's about creating the opportunity. It's about pushing past procrastination, crushing doubt, and building the momentum that propels you forward. Every action, no matter how small, compounds over time. It builds confidence. It builds results. So the question isn't why should you take action? It's how do you build the discipline to take action every day? By making the decision today to force yourself every single day to move forward. Whether it's 1 step or 100, the key is to keep moving. Because in the end, it's not the big leap that leads to success. It's the consistent small steps that you take every day. Let each day be a reminder that the key to your future is in your hands, and it's up to you to take that action. Small actions, when repeated daily, create massive results. Consistency is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Motivation will come and go. Discipline, however, will keep you on track when motivation fades. It's not what you do once in a while that matters, it's what you do every day that counts. Don't wait for the big moment. Focus on small victories, because over time they add up to something extraordinary. The hardest part of any task is starting. But once you take that first step, the momentum will carry you forward. When you feel uncertain or afraid, take action. Action eliminates fear and builds confidence. The more you act, the more momentum you gain. Momentum will carry you through the tough times. Don't waste it waiting for the perfect moment. The best time to act is now. You can't expect to get results without first taking action. Action is the bridge between your goals and your outcomes. Every day you take action, you grow. The discipline to act daily not only brings results, but also personal development and growth. Consistency is the cornerstone of success. It's the little things you do every day that will either build your future or break it down. It's easy to think that big achievements happen overnight, or that success comes from a single, extraordinary moment. But the truth is, success is built on the back of consistent effort, small decisions made day after day, even when no one is watching. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like it. It doesn't matter if the road seems long. What matters is that you show up consistently. It's the person who keeps going when others stop who ultimately wins. Success is not about making big moves all at once. It's about getting up and doing something every day, even when you feel like doing nothing. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns your effort into results. The one who persists, who keeps doing the right things, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, is the one who will reap the rewards. The key is understanding that progress is not always immediate. Sometimes the work you're doing today may not show results right away. But don't mistake this for failure. Every small effort compounds. Every day you take action, you're building something stronger than you realize, a foundation of results, a foundation of success. When you look back, you'll see how far you've come, not because of a few big moves, but because you stayed committed to the process day in and day out. It's the power of consistency that turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes. Those who succeed consistently put in the work, no matter how they feel in the moment. Consistency doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be persistent. It's the habit of daily discipline that adds up to success over time. When you show up day after day, no matter the circumstances, you create a pattern that eventually leads to the life you want to live. Motivation is a great feeling when it's there, but it's fleeting. It comes and goes. Some days you feel fired up and ready to take on the world. Other days it's hard to even get out of bed. But here's the reality: if you rely on motivation to drive your success, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. The truth is, motivation is unreliable. It's like a wave, it rises and falls. What you need instead is discipline. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is the muscle that doesn't give up. When motivation isn't there to push you, discipline steps in and ensures you keep showing up, doing the work, and staying on course. It's about making the decision to act, regardless of how you feel in the moment. If you want to achieve anything of value, you need to develop the habit of discipline. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions can't be trusted to dictate your actions. But discipline is a choice, a decision you make every day to do what needs to be done. It doesn't matter if the task seems too big, too hard, or too unpleasant. If you have discipline, you have the ability to push through and keep going. You understand that the small steps you take every day, even when it's hard, will eventually add up to massive success. While motivation may get you started, discipline is what gets you to the finish line. It's the consistency of doing the right things day after day, even when you don't feel like it, that leads to lasting results. If you want to build something meaningful in your life, you can't wait for motivation to strike. You've got to train yourself to rely on discipline. That's how you create success, not by waiting for the perfect moment or the right feeling, but by simply deciding to act, regardless of the circumstances. Motivation is a great feeling when it's there, but it's fleeting. It comes and goes. Some days you feel fired up and ready to take on the world. Other days it's hard to even get out of bed. But here's the reality: if you rely on motivation to drive your success, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. The truth is, motivation is unreliable. It's like a wave, it rises and falls. What you need instead is discipline. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is the muscle that doesn't give up. When motivation isn't there to push you, discipline steps in and ensures you keep showing up, doing the work, and staying on course. It's about making the decision to act, regardless of how you feel in the moment. If you want to achieve anything of value, you need to develop the habit of discipline. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions can't be trusted to dictate your actions. But discipline is a choice, a decision you make every day to do what needs to be done. It doesn't matter if the task seems too big, too hard, or too unpleasant. If you have discipline, you have the ability to push through and keep going. You understand that the small steps you take every day, even when it's hard, will eventually add up to massive success. While motivation may get you started, discipline is what gets you to the finish line. It's the consistency of doing the right things day after day, even when you don't feel like it, that leads to lasting results. If you want to build something meaningful in your life, you can't wait for motivation to strike. You've got to train yourself to rely on discipline. That's how you create success, not by waiting for the perfect moment or the right feeling, but by simply deciding to act, regardless of the circumstances. Success doesn't happen all at once. It's not a big event or a one-time breakthrough. True success is built day by day, piece by piece, through the consistent effort you put in over time. Every day that you show up and do the work, even when you don't feel like it, you're laying the groundwork for your future. Each small action, each choice to move forward, compounds into the results you desire. You might not see immediate changes, and that's okay. The key is not to focus on instant results, but to focus on the habit of taking action every single day. The small steps you take, the decisions you make, are what determine the direction of your life. It's easy to think that success is something that will suddenly arrive, but the truth is, it's a long-term process, a daily process. Every day you choose to improve, to work hard, to learn, you're investing in your future. Success is not built in a single moment of inspiration. It's the result of consistently doing the right things, even when it seems like nothing is happening. But eventually you'll look back and see the growth, the progress, and the achievements that came from all those little actions. It's the small, steady steps that will make the difference. If you can focus on doing the right things day in and day out, even when the results aren't immediately visible, you will be amazed at what you've built over time. The key to success isn't in waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect moment, or the perfect feeling. The key is in showing up every day, working hard, and building your future through consistent effort. Success is built in the moments you don't see the immediate payoff. It's built when you choose discipline over comfort, action over procrastination, and persistence over quitting. When you make the daily commitment to success day by day, that's when you start to create something that lasts. Small wins are incredibly important, more than most people realize. It's easy to focus on the big picture and feel like nothing significant is happening unless you achieve some grand, sweeping success. But the truth is, small wins are the foundation of all major accomplishments. They're the building blocks that lead to the big breakthroughs. If you can't win small, you'll never win big. Each small win is a victory, a step in the right direction. Every time you complete a task, make progress, or take a step forward, no matter how small, you're building momentum. These small wins create confidence. They remind you that progress is possible. When you stack these small victories, they add up over time, and eventually you start seeing significant results. The importance of small wins is that they keep you going. They fuel your desire to continue. When you win small, you feel good about yourself, and that feeling drives you to take on the next challenge, to push further. The key to success isn't waiting for one huge victory to come along. It's about recognizing and appreciating the smaller wins along the way. These little wins build the habits, mindset, and resilience you need to handle bigger challenges. Over time, small wins can transform your life. They teach you that success isn't always about giant leaps. It's about making steady progress, taking consistent action, and celebrating the small victories along the way. If you can find joy in those small wins, you'll stay motivated and focused, and the bigger wins will come naturally. The real secret to success isn't in waiting for the big breakthrough, it's in focusing on the small steps, the little wins, the things that may seem insignificant but ultimately create the momentum that leads to something much greater. So don't overlook the small wins. Celebrate them. Appreciate them. Because every small win you achieve is a step closer to your big vision. The more you focus on these wins, the more your confidence grows, and the more you realize that success is not as far away as it might seem. It's right there in the small wins, building up every day. The hardest part of any task is often simply starting. The mind can be a powerful obstacle, filled with excuses, doubts, and distractions. It will tell you that you're not ready, that the timing isn't right, or that you'll start tomorrow. But here's the truth: you'll never feel completely ready. If you wait for the perfect moment to begin, you might wait forever. The key to making progress is to force yourself to begin no matter what. The act of starting, no matter how small the step, is what creates momentum. Once you take that first step, the process of overcoming hesitation and doubt becomes much easier. The hardest part is always the first part, pushing through the inertia of inaction. Once you begin, something magical happens. The task doesn't seem as daunting, the obstacles don't seem as large, and the road ahead doesn't seem as long. The act of starting forces you into action, and action will always lead to progress. Don't wait until everything feels perfect. Don't wait until you have all the answers or the perfect strategy. Start now and trust that you'll learn along the way. The key is not to have it all figured out, but to have the courage to begin. Once you force yourself to start, your confidence will build and your direction will become clearer. Starting is often the hardest decision you'll make, but it's the one that separates those who achieve their goals from those who stay stuck. Every journey, no matter how long or challenging, begins with that single decision to take the first step. So don't let fear, uncertainty, or doubt stop you. Force yourself to begin, and once you do, you'll find that the next steps aren't as hard as they seem. It's the decision to start that unlocks the doors to progress. Doubt is one of the greatest enemies of progress. It creeps into your mind when you least expect it, making you question your abilities, your choices, and even your goals. Doubt will tell you that you're not good enough, that success is out of your reach, or that you're not worthy of achieving your dreams. It can paralyze you, prevent you from making decisions, and hold you back from taking any action at all. But here's the secret: the antidote to doubt is action. When you take action, no matter how small, you begin to dismantle the power that doubt has over you. Action forces you to confront your fears, your uncertainties, and your insecurities head on. The more you act, the less room doubt has to grow. Every time you move forward, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can handle challenges, and that you have the strength to make things happen. It's easy to doubt yourself when you're standing still, when you're not making any progress. But when you start moving, when you begin to take action, the doubt starts to fade. The simple act of doing something, anything, is enough to build momentum and push past the fear and uncertainty. Action creates results, and results create confidence. As you keep moving forward, you'll start to see that the things you doubted weren't as difficult as you once thought. The key is to stop waiting for perfection. Stop waiting for the ideal circumstances, and stop waiting for the perfect moment. The antidote to doubt is not waiting but doing. Whether it's a big step or a small one, taking action is what turns doubt into confidence and uncertainty into clarity. As you build the habit of action, doubt will lose its grip on you, and you'll find yourself moving closer to your goals every day. So the next time doubt creeps in, remember this: the more you act, the less doubt will control you. Action is the antidote, the remedy that will free you from the grip of uncertainty and give you the power to keep moving forward, no matter what. When you act, you're telling doubt that it no longer has a place in your life. And with every step you take, you're getting closer to the success you know is waiting for you. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life. Once you get it going, It can carry you farther and faster than you ever imagined. But the real challenge is getting started, building that momentum in the first place. It's easy to feel stuck, to feel like nothing is happening, or that you're spinning your wheels, but once you begin moving, even if it's just a small step, you start to gain that momentum that makes everything else easier. Momentum is like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's slow and small, but the more you move, the bigger it gets and the faster it goes. The key to achieving great things is not just about making one big move, but about taking consistent action over time. Every small action you take, every effort you put in, adds a little more fuel to the fire, and before long, you're moving at a pace you never thought possible. What makes momentum so powerful is that it builds on itself. Once you get it going, it becomes easier to keep going. You stop thinking about the obstacles and you start thinking about the progress. Momentum gives you the energy and enthusiasm to keep pushing forward, even when the path gets tough. The more you move, the more you feel like moving. The key is to get started, and then to keep that momentum alive, even when things aren't perfect. It's important to remember that momentum doesn't just happen by itself. You have to create it. It's the result of consistent, purposeful action. The more you do, the more you become. And the more you become, the more your actions start to reflect your goals and your potential. Momentum works for you when you choose to take action every day, no matter how small, no matter how hard it feels at first. Once you have momentum, you'll find that things begin to fall into place. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable become just another part of the journey. Momentum keeps you moving through the tough times, pushes you beyond your limits, and keeps you focused on the bigger picture. It's the fuel that keeps your engine running, even when you feel like slowing down. So never underestimate the power of momentum. It's not about waiting for the right opportunity or the perfect circumstances. It's about creating that momentum by acting, by doing, and by pushing forward each day. Once you have it, you'll be amazed at how far you can go. The key to success is simple: build momentum and keep it going. The more you move, the more you'll achieve. Time is the one resource you can never get back. Once it's gone forever. Every day that passes is a day you can never reclaim. And yet, most people treat time as if it's limitless. They waste it, squander it, and let it slip away without realizing that each moment is a valuable opportunity. You can lose money and get it back. You can lose a relationship and rebuild it. But you can never get lost time back. That makes time your most valuable asset. Every hour, every minute, every second counts. What you do with your time determines the quality of your life. Time is like a bank account. Every day you're given 24 hours to spend, and how you choose to spend that time will shape your future. There are no refunds, no extensions. If you waste a day, it's gone, and you can't get it back. That's why it's so crucial to use your time wisely with intention and purpose. Time doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care if you feel like doing something or if you're waiting for the right moment. The clock keeps ticking, and if you don't use it to work toward your goals, to learn, to grow, and to take action, you'll look up one day and realize just how much time has passed with little to show for it. You don't have time to waste, because the truth is you don't have as much time as you think. The most successful people are those who understand the value of time. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They make use of every single minute, day and week. They don't let distractions steal their time or allow procrastination to keep them stuck. They take action, make decisions, and move forward, knowing that time is the one thing they can never get back. You have to be conscious of how you spend your time. Are you investing it in things that will bring you closer to your goals, or are you letting it slip away on things that won't serve your future? Every time you choose to work, to focus, to learn, to grow, you're investing in your future self. And when you choose to waste time, you're robbing yourself of opportunities, of progress, and of the life you could be building. Understand this time is limited, and it's up to you to make the most of it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or for things to fall into place. The time is now. Time is your most valuable asset, and it's up to you to use it wisely. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. So start making those minutes count. What you do today will shape your tomorrow. Results do not appear out of thin air. They are not the result of wishful thinking, dreaming, or hoping that things will change. Results follow action. You can plan, you can strategize, and you can think about your goals all you want. But until you take action, nothing will happen. The key to getting results is simple: you must do something. The difference between where you are and where you want to be lies in what you choose to do each day. Action is the bridge between your desires and your outcomes. If you want to get in shape, you have to work out. If you want to build a business, you have to take steps to make it happen, create a plan, reach out to customers, refine your skills. Results come from what you do, not from what you talk about or think about. The world rewards action, not intention. Every time you take action, you move closer to your desired result. Even the smallest step, when repeated consistently, adds up. But here's the thing, it's not always the big actions that matter most. It's the consistent daily actions that make the real difference. Every time you show up, every time you make progress, even when the results aren't immediate, you are building towards something greater. Too many people sit around waiting for results to appear. They wait for the perfect timing, the right moment, the perfect conditions. But life doesn't work that way. Waiting for things to fall into place before you take action is a trap that keeps people stuck. The reality is, the more you do, the more results you get. You learn by doing, and every mistake, every setback becomes part of the process of growth. You don't wait for the results to give you the motivation to act. You act, and through that action, the results will come. They may not come overnight, but they will come. Results are the direct consequence of consistent action, and when you consistently take the right actions, results are inevitable. So don't wait for permission for the perfect moment or for things to be easy. Take action, no matter how small. Move forward, make decisions, and keep pushing. Because as you do, the results will follow. It's the actions you take today that will determine the success you experience tomorrow. Remember, results follow action. You must act to make your dreams a reality. Personal growth doesn't happen by accident. It's not something that comes to you without effort. It's something you have to work at every single day. The key to personal development is daily action. Every decision you make, every step you take, no matter how small, is either moving you closer to your goals or pushing you further from them. If you want to grow, you must commit to doing something every day that gets you closer to becoming the person you want to be. Growth is the result of consistent effort repeated over time. It's the little actions you take daily that add up to big changes. It's easy to think that change happens overnight. That growth is a one-time event. But the truth is, growth is a journey, a long one, and it requires you to show up every day. The small, everyday actions are what build the habits, the mindset, and the skills that lead to long-term success. The most successful people are those who understand that progress isn't always immediate. They know that growth is a gradual process. It's about showing up every day and doing the work, even when it feels hard or when the results aren't yet visible. You don't see a tree grow overnight, but over time, with the right care and attention, it grows into something strong and powerful. Personal growth works the same way.